Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is said that the best time for our dua to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is when we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with complete ikhlas and focus. And sometimes the dua brings a lot of relief. Despite that, after some time, shaitan or nafs makes a waswasa that start damaging our tawakkul and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we built through our dua. Ya Shaykh, could you please suggest a solution or remedy for this?
Don't trust your dua. How do you know you're making good dua? You're making a request, right? How do you know that request that you're making is good for you? Just because you make a dua, what? I want to marry this person. Please, please, please. And then that is a good request, that is a good dua. What is a dua? Why you want to make a dua? Don't trust your dua. Do you know what is it that you need to ask? Trust in Allah. That Allah is going to answer your dua. Why Allah should answer your dua? Just because you're really sincere? Well, we become like little kids watching Peter Pan. If you're really sincere and you clap your hands, he's going to come back to life. If you ask a scholar, he's going to give you a different answer. This, I'm giving a different answer. So, we come back from the scratch, from the beginning. The question of dua. How do you know if your dua is something that you should be making? This is why you need a guide. You need a shaykh. You need someone to tell you how to make dua, what kind of dua, when and why. Because Allah is teaching us how to make a dua. So you have to be taught how to make a dua. Doesn't mean Allah is teaching us to make a dua. Surah Al-Fatiha. Half, let's say, it's about Allah. Half is about mankind, believers. Yahdina Sirat al-Mustaqim is a dua. Guide us on the straight path. Keep us on the straight path. That is the best of dua. Keep us on the straight path. And Allah, I said this many times, Allah is making it very more specific, even more. Because everyone is saying, I have a straight path. I'm following straight path. 1 billion Muslims saying, everyone is saying, I'm a straight path. This one is saying, I'm a straight path, I'm a straight path. No one is going to say, no Muslim is going to say, I'm not in a straight path. But Allah is saying, not only are you going to say, guide me or keep me on the straight path, but He's going to say which path you have to follow. Now, this is why you have to follow a shaykh. Which path? Many paths. How are you going to know where? What is the best path? Allah is saying, Ihdina siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. The path of those whom you have favored, the path of the Prophet. So, now, because this question is also not entering into the subject of tawassul, of, how you say? Yeah, I know what tawassul means. This is not, tawassul is not asking from the madad or the shafaat for the sake of something. And Allah specifically is saying in Quran Kareem, find the best means to come close to me. Find the best means to come close to me. Oh, but isn't Allah close to you? Then your jugular vein? Yes, but you are very far away from Allah. Do people know how far away from Allah? No. Majority is saying, no, I'm close to Allah. I just say Allahu Akbar and He's there. Where do you think Allah is? Your dog? Astaghfirullah. That's why in the tariqat we are saying there are 70,000 veils between you and Allah. 70,000 veils. And you enter to tariqat to remove those veils that's separating you from Allah. Allah is close to us, but we are very far away from Allah. So Allah is saying, seek the best means to come close to. Seek the best means to come close to Allah. Who is the best means to come close to Allah? Who is the closest to Allah? Alayhi salatu wasalam. How are you going to come close to the Prophet? You never met him. Then there are his inheritors, living like you. Find those ones. Follow. Be with them. Be with the Salihin. then that time you will understand also. Maybe before you have 1,000 things to ask Allah, once you start following them, then you realize 500 is not so important. 500 ain't important. More time you spend, more time you spend, more time you spend, and you say, everything I'm asking about myself for myself is unnecessary. Allah knows. And everything I'm asking about myself for myself is only for myself. It's not for the sake of haqq, it's not for Allah's sake. So I want to only ask what He wants. So you start changing. Your dua start changing. It's not about sincerity of asking or clapping really, really hard or finding, oh, this time I'm going to ask. Because you're no longer asking for yourself. You start living for haqq. And you're asking for haqq. I hope this makes sense. Makes sense to me a little bit. May Allah forgive me. Assalamu alaikum. This much is enough. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.